So welcome to Timeline, Releasing Guilt and Regret. So once again, let's talk about guilt and regret for just a moment. And remember that guilt and regret are emotional indicators that you violated a belief or a standard that you hold to be true for yourself, or maybe somehow that you've wronged somebody else, or maybe they've wronged you. And so as you do, just go ahead and ask your unconscious mind to ignite all that guilt and regret. All that guilt from a perceived wrong or wrongs. And as the music starts, just go ahead and take a deep breath in and relax. And as you do, we're just going to ask your unconscious mind if it's okay for you to release this guilt today and for you to be aware of it consciously. And if that answer is yes, thank your unconscious mind and just go ahead and say, hey, unconscious mind, what's the very first event, the root event, which when disconnected will really allow us to let go of all the guilt or regret in our life? All the guilt and regret. And as always, if you were to know, thank your unconscious mind, and just if you were to know what was that very first event, was it before, during, or after your birth? If it was after your birth, what year, how old were you? What year did that happen in? If it was in the womb, go ahead and ask your unconscious mind, what month was it? And if it was before your birth, go ahead and ask your unconscious mind, was that something that was handed down to you genealogically? And if so, how many generations ago? Or if it was a past life, how many lifetimes ago? And thank your unconscious mind for that. Say thank you. And with your eyes closed, just go and float right up above now, looking down at you and all your wonderment. And go ahead and turn and look towards the past. And remember, however you do your timeline processes are absolutely right for you, like sounds floating on the wind, floating in a bathtub, or visually. So looking through your own eyes, just go ahead and turn and look towards the past and go ahead and float all the way back. Go ahead and float all the way back over your timeline, all the way back. Just go ahead and float all the way back to that very first event. The very first event, the root event, which when disconnected will allow you to let go of all of the guilt and regret in your life, all the way back. Just go ahead and float all the way back and let me know. Let yourself know, as you do now when you're right above that very first event, looking down on the event. And remembering those empowering learnings now, just go ahead and ask your unconscious mind, what is there to learn from this? The learning of which will allow me to let go of those negative emotions now. And remember, those learnings will come to you consciously and or unconsciously. And just notice as you do. And go ahead and float back before that event ever happened and turn around and look towards now. And ask your unconscious mind one more time, what is there to learn from that? The learning of which will allow me to let go of those emotions now, easily and effortlessly. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and relax. As those emotions release easily and effortlessly. And take those learnings, just say to your unconscious mind, preserve the learnings now. Having let those emotions go, or if they're still there a little bit, just go ahead and ask your unconscious mind, what is there to learn from that? The learning of which will allow you to let go of those emotions easily and effortlessly. Go ahead and lock those learnings in place, just like that. And with those learnings right in the front of your mind, go ahead and float right down into that event now. Float down into that event. And notice where the old emotions. Are they there or have they disappeared? No. And if they're gone, go ahead and thank your unconscious mind and float up higher and farther back. Higher and farther back. And if they weren't gone all the way, go ahead and ask your unconscious mind, What is there to learn from that? Because remember, these negative emotions don't keep us whole and healed and complete. So what is there to learn from that? The learning of which will allow me to let go of those emotions easily and effortlessly, and let those come to you consciously and unconsciously now. Having locked those in, go ahead and float right back down into that event and notice where the old emotions are. They there or have they disappeared? Now. And go ahead and thank your unconscious mind for those releases today and float up higher and farther back. Higher and farther back. Higher and farther back. And once again, just imagine that infinite source of love healing energy coming right in through the top of your head. And notice as it comes all the way down, filling you up inside, and flow it out your heart or your third eye, right in between that space right there. Have it flow right down into that very first event until everyone and everything in that very first event are healed up easily and effortlessly. And go ahead and float and flow that infinite source of love healing energy all the way back towards now, letting go of everything in your timeline, filling up your timeline with that infinite source of love healing energy all the way back towards now. Just channel it all the way back towards now and all the way out into your future. Having let go all the way back towards now. Excellent. And notice the lightest shell encompassing all of that infinite source of love healing energy, the lightest shell, and let it become your skin. And go ahead and float all the way back towards now. And with each subsequent event, just preserve the learnings and come all the way back towards now. Staying above your timeline. Just go ahead and come all the way back towards now. Having let go of all the way back to now. And notice as you do, as you come right back above now, and once again, only come back down into now, come back down into the room, only when you're ready consciously and unconsciously to have totally let this old emotion go today, and to be aware of it consciously, having a full integration consciously and unconsciously, having let that go today. Whenever you're ready, just go and float right back down into now. Float right back down into now, open up your eyes, and come back in the room, having let that go. Excellent, and take a deep breath in. Take a big stretch and exhale.